Thank you for listening to the roundtable discussions. I'm honored today to have Linda Church and Laura Kesterson. Both are amazing women that have made and developed the top recruiting company in Raleigh. Our team has really some of the top women recruiters in the industry. Cassandra Lemon focuses on general construction. Lisa Whitehead focuses on biotech, pharma, life sciences. Erica Charleston focuses on biopharma, biotech, healthcare, and life sciences. And we all depend on our amazing VP of Operations, Kelly Middleton. I just finished a series on women in coal ash, and the motivation came and behind this series originated from working with some of the top women in the recruiting industry. Now, these women have broken down barriers for others to follow and gave me the idea for doing the series in the area that I recruit in, which is the civil environmental power arena. My name's Stuart Keeter. I'll be the facilitator for this forum. I'm a senior consultant for MRI Raleigh. MRI is a Forbes top 20 executive recruiting company. And again, I recruit the top talent for companies in the civil, power, and environmental area. Here are some of the other awards that MRI Raleigh has won over the years. From Forbes, Best Executive Recruiting Firm in 2017, 18, 19, and 20. Triangle Business Journal has given us the best place to work in 2014, 16, 17, 18, 19, and 20. And again, Triangle Business Journal has awarded us the top women-owned business in 2016, 17, 18, and 19. And finally, the top executive recruiters in 2014, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, and 20. Now let's begin the forum. Linda, can you tell us some of the highlights over the past 40 years?
Yes, Stu. Thanks very much for inviting us to speak with you today. I think one of the main things that we've been able to do is survive 5 recessions in these 40 years and many changes in our industry. Lauren's dad and I founded our Raleigh Office of Management Recruiters in November 1980, and our main focus then was, for at least for 10 years, was helping manufacturing clients find talented engineers. We've diversified over the years, adding specialties in construction, environmental, chemicals, pharmaceuticals, biotech, medical devices, and accounting and finance. Lauren joined the family business just before her dad passed away in 2000 and now runs the day-to-day business. We're so proud of our team of talented search consultants, our best place to work in the Triangle designations, and our annual rankings in the top 20 offices in MRI Network.
Very good. Tell us a little bit about your career and what is your current job?
Yeah, I'm Lauren Kesterson. I'm currently the president of Management Recruiters of Raleigh. I work closely with all the consultants in our firm to ensure they have the tools and the information that they need to best help our clients and candidates. I'm responsible for hiring and training new consultants and providing training for our tenured consultants. I also work closely with other firms in our network, as well as suppliers and vendors, to ensure our team has the best resources at their disposal. This is a family business, and I started out filing and sorting when I was in high school. Over time, I've worn every hat and worked in every role, and it has really helped nurture my passion for the recruiting industry.
And my job now is to support Lauren and the team whenever they need me. We both have such a passion for setting up our team for success and provide the best solutions for our clients and candidates.
Where did you grow up?
I grew up here in Raleigh.
And like Lauren, I'm a North Carolina girl. Grew up near Charlotte, and most of our business is in North Carolina, but our client base is all over the country. Our team is very industry focused.
Now, if you were not in recruiting, what other job would you want?
Surprisingly, genetic counselor. I went to college planning to be a physical therapist, and I still think I'd greatly enjoy that role. But in the late 90s, HMOs were on the rise, and it was really difficult for patients to be approved for therapy. So the line of thought was it was a dying industry. I was a psychology major with a pre-med focus and taking a genetics course that I just fell in love with. And my professor encouraged me to look into genetic counseling, which I did. Um, and I am still so fascinated by that as a career. But while I was in college, my dad's cancer was deemed terminal, and I spent more hours in the family recruiting business. And I just fell in love. All of the professions help people, advise people through major events in their lives, and have an impact on others. So at the heart of it, it's really what I love about this industry. We get to make a difference in somebody's life, on a company, and help them take the next step in their growth.
And I'm so curious about people in new places. So anything involving people and solving problems, from education to consulting, all those things would be wonderful careers for me.
Well, why did you choose recruiting?
You know, I love this question. I ask this question to so many people. And I'm still waiting on somebody to tell me they grew up wanting to be a recruiter. I grew up with parents who worked in this industry, and I was really going more in the medical field until I learned what recruiting is all about. And everybody I ask this question, they have a similar answer. Somehow they fall into recruiting. They have a cousin or a neighbor who's a recruiter. They learn more about the industry and realize how much they would love the profession. You pick who you work with, and you get to have a real impact. In our office, the recruiters are working in an industry that they worked in before joining our firm. So it's an industry that they're passionate about. They get to use skills and knowledge gained in their career and help others take the next step.
Who inspires you?
You know, I get inspiration from a lot of people. With that psych major, I've always been fascinated with the motivation behind why people do the things they do. And I enjoy watching and learning from others. If I think about specific people who spark inspiration, of course, I think of a Ruth Bader Ginsburg, who pioneered a path for so many. Talking to Stu, I can't help but think of Michael Jordan, who had some early failures that he overcame to become one of the greatest players of all time. I think of my mom, who was a working mother in the 70s and 80s when that wasn't widespread. And she helped run a successful recruiting business. And my dad, who was just incredibly supportive of everyone and tried to train the world in every interaction that he had. I think most people have things about them that they do really well, where we can find some kind of inspiration.
And I'm inspired by people who are passionate about what they do and they make things happen. I'm also inspired daily by our team, who are currently all working from home, as well as taking care of their family members. They're juggling so much, like many people fortunate enough to still be in the workforce these days.
Now, what has been the most surprising part of being a woman working in recruiting?
So when I started working in the office, I was in high school. I started working in an administrative role. I filed resumes, and most of the cover letters at the time were addressed "Dear Sir." And being a high schooler, I thought that was ridiculous, and I probably enthusiastically shared that opinion in the office loudly and often. But thankfully times have changed, and these days it's really rare that we encounter any kind of bias.
I feel so fortunate that recruiting picked me. It's an industry of creative entrepreneurs who are good listeners, interested in helping people create a better life. So it's one of those careers that doesn't care about your gender now, your race, your background. It's about results. I've had a lot of good mentors along the way, men and women.
What is your favorite part of your career?
Oh, definitely seeing the positive impact that we have on our candidates and clients. But really also for me, the consultants that we have in our firm. I've mentioned that most of the consultants that work for us work in industries that they came out of. Often that means somebody had to travel and be away from home multiple days a week. But now that they're in recruiting, they're home every night. And it's allowed them to stay in the industry that they're passionate about. Some worked in industries where they put in 80 hours a week and didn't get to see the full impact of their contribution. We're here in recruiting, they get to see how a candidate got their dream job or is promoted within one of their clients over the years. And that's just so rewarding.
Definitely that positive impact is key. The businesses that we help grow and talented people that we help take that next step in their career path, that's always a favorite thing.
What is the biggest change you've seen in the field since you started?
I'd say the biggest change in the last 20 years is how challenging it is to get people in a live conversation. We have so many methods for communicating now. We have email, text, social media, and the phone. And we use all of those methods to communicate, but at some point, we really need to have an in-depth conversation, whether we're helping build a company or help a candidate with the next step of their career. The next biggest change would be internal recruiting departments. I think in most cases, internal teams have been fantastic for organizations, people who can help identify and onboard talent into a company, but nobody is an expert in everything. And sometimes companies put too much pressure on those internal teams to fill every position, even highly technical or leadership positions, where a talented recruiting partner could really make a difference. It really hurts your heart when you see these organizations lose great people because there are gaps in the team waiting on an overworked internal group to have to be everything to everybody.
I agree, and I think the biggest changes that I've seen have been in technology and social media and what that's created. Like Lauren says, making those great matches is still the same, but our communication tools have changed drastically. And having those real conversations with our hiring partners and then the talent pool was still so key to making the right match. So many of those details can be handled with other methods now, though.
What advice would you give someone starting out?
I would say there are many aspects to recruiting, and I think a lot of people think they know what we do, but really don't have a full understanding of all that goes into each project. For firms like ours, each consultant spends a lot of time on each search, from identifying a company with a need to uncovering the right fit candidate. But there is nothing like the feeling of helping somebody improve their life, of helping a company grow. It really is amazing. So for anyone new in the business, I would say the time, energy, and effort is worth it. Stay the course and don't give up.
And have a passion for helping others solve problems. Have persistence because it is a tough path, and align yourself with a team that has integrity, compassion, and a strong desire to succeed, because that team will provide much needed mentorship.
Where do you see the industry right now?
I think so much of recruiting is similar to the way that it was 20 years ago, but like I said, getting people into a conversation has changed and continues to change. I see consultants getting their message out to potential clients and candidates in different and unique ways in the future. But once we get to a conversation, it's always about them and what they need and what they want. I see some more specialization and focus areas so we can continue to be the experts people need to win the best talent for the right organization.
And this industry will continue to grow. Companies who value their employees know how hard it is to find right talent. It's still a candidate-driven market for us.
Very good. Thank you. This has been wonderful. Thank you again, Linda and Lauren, for doing this. And thank you again for everything that you've done for our team and making MRI Raleigh the best place to work for.